All right, let's jump right into it. Back pain. Ugh, it's the worst. And I know a lot of you are dealing with it, maybe even a herniated disc. We're going deep today on a podcast by Dr. Dwayne Chioda, physical therapist. He's got some exercises that, well, might help. And as always, got to say this isn't medical advice.
Right. Definitely not a substitute for seeing your doctor or physical therapist.
Yeah. Always check in with your healthcare professional, right? So the first exercise Dr. Chioda talks about, it's the cat-cow. I've done that in yoga, but I never thought about it, as a back pain solution. What's the connection?
It's more than just stretching, right? It's about control and stability.
Okay.
In your spine, abs. And this might surprise you, but your pelvis.
Wait, the pelvis. I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah, it's super important. It's like the foundation for your spine, like how it moves, it influences, how your lower back bends and extends. And when you have a herniated disc, those movements, well, they can be really painful.
Okay. I'm starting to see the connection. So how does the cat-cow help?
Think of it this way. Your spine's like a bridge, right?
Okay.
And those core muscles, those are like support beams.
Gotcha.
And the cat-cow, what it does is it strengthens those beams. It gets them to work together. You start on all fours, and you round your spine up like an angry cat, pulling your belly button in. And then you slowly arch your back down like a cow and let your belly relax.
Okay, I'm seeing it now. I'm picturing it.
Yeah.
And I can kind of feel it in my back already. Dr. Chioda mentions, be careful, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're new to this.
Definitely. Start slow. Focus on the quality. Don't push too far. And if you feel any pain, just stop.
Good advice. So the next exercise he talks about is the McKenzie Extension. This one I thought was really interesting because it's for disc problems.
Right.
So what makes this one so special?
Okay, think about this. A herniated disc, it's like a jelly donut that's been squeezed. So the filling's pushing out.
Okay, I like that.
The McKenzie Extension, what it does is it tries to nudge that filling back into the center.
Oh, wow.
To relieve pressure on those nerves.
Okay. So how do we do it? How do we do the extension?
It's a progression.
Okay.
So you start by lying flat on your stomach.
Okay.
And then you prop yourself up on your elbows.
Okay.
Gently arch your back.
Yeah.
And then, if it feels okay, you fully extend your arms. And that creates, a bigger arch.
So why the progression?
Well, because, everyone is different.
Right.
Bodies need time to adapt.
Yeah.
So by starting small, that lets you, kind of figure out what your pain level is.
Sure.
And make sure that you're not, pushing too far too soon.
Makes sense. Dr. Chioda says to hold each position for 2 to 5 minutes, gradually increasing the time.
Yeah.
And he also says find a comfortable position, right? Back off if there's pain, like listening to your body.
Exactly. This is not about pushing through the pain. It's about, finding that sweet spot.
Right.
Where you feel a stretch, but not pain.
Okay. Next up is an exercise with a fun name. The bird dog. This is, I understand it's about core strength, but also balance. I'm picturing a graceful pointer dog. My version might be a little less elegant.
Well, and that's the perfect picture. You start on all fours, and then you extend one arm straight forward, and the opposite leg straight back, like a pointer dog aiming at its target.
I'm picturing it. So how does this translate to core strength and back health?
So when you do the bird dog, you're engaging a whole network of muscles in your core, your back and your hips.
Okay.
And that helps to stabilize your spine, which is essential for, supporting a herniated disc and preventing, further injury. It's like building this, strong internal brace.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dr. Chioda says to alternate sides, pause at the top of the extension, really feel those muscles working. He also talks about, modifying it if it's too much, if it's too difficult, just extending an arm or a leg, at a time, building up strength. So, but form's important, right? I mean, doing it correctly.
Oh, absolutely. One common mistake is, arching your back too much.
Yeah.
Or letting those hips sag. So you got to think about maintaining a neutral spine.
Okay, neutral spine. I've heard that. What is that exactly?
So imagine a straight line, right? Going from the base of your skull to your tailbone. A neutral spine is maintaining that alignment without, excessive arching or rounding.
So it's like finding that balance, that middle ground for your spine.
Exactly. And it's essential, especially when you have a herniated disc. Think of it as building that foundation, for movement.
Okay. Last exercise in Dr. Chioda's toolkit is the pelvic tilt. This This sounds simple, but I'm sensing there's more to it.
You're absolutely right. It may seem subtle, but it's all about control and awareness in your pelvis and your lower back. Think of it like fine-tuning those tiny muscles that actually play a really big role in supporting your spine.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Walk me through it.
So you start by lying on your back with your knees bent.
Okay.
It's called the hook lying position.
Yeah.
And you can put your hands on your pelvis so you can feel the movement. And then you gently rock your pelvis forward, lifting your lower back just a little bit off the floor. It's called an anterior pelvic tilt.
Okay. So you're like exaggerating that natural curve.
Exactly. And then you reverse it,
Okay.
tilting your pelvis back, pressing your lower back into the floor. That's the posterior tilt, like, a gentle rocking.
Okay. So we're isolating it. We're taking everything else out of the equation, just the pelvis and the lower back.
Exactly, to hone in on those specific muscles.
Gotcha.
And again, listen to your body. If
Yeah.
there's any pain, just stop.
Okay, so we've got 4 exercises, 4 very different exercises, right? The cat-cow for mobility.
Yep.
McKenzie Extension for disc relief.
Yes.
Bird dog for core strength and balance. And the pelvic tilt for pelvic control. So it's like this full body approach to dealing with this pain.
It is. And what I find remarkable is they're all movements you can do at home. You can do them while you're waiting to see a professional.
That's true. So what's the one thing, if you had to pick one thing,
Oh.
what do you want our listener to walk away with today?
Consistency.
Okay.
Consistency is key. These exercises, they won't work miracles overnight.
Right.
It's about incorporating them into your routine.
Yeah.
Making them a habit.
Yeah.
Even when you start to feel better.
Right.
That's how you build that long-term resilience.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Exactly. Think of these exercises as an investment in your future back health.
And remember, this is just the starting point, right?
Right.
Always best to check with a healthcare professional for personalized advice.
Absolutely. Yeah. They can help you figure out which exercises are right for you and tailor a program.
Yeah.
And monitor your progress.
So to our listener out there, we hope this has empowered you.
Yes.
To take charge of your back health and to start experimenting with these exercises.
Yes.
You have more control than you think.
You do. And as you embark on this journey, I want you to consider this. How much control do you feel you have over your back, over your core right now? How might that change as you consistently incorporate these exercises into your life?
That's a powerful thought to leave us with.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into herniated disc relief.
We'll be back next time with another fascinating exploration.
These exercises, when done consistently and with proper form, can significantly aid in your recovery from a herniated disc. Stay committed, and remember that consistency is key to long-term relief. Valley Rehab, Physical Therapy and Return to Work Center.